Good morning and welcome back to the channel, Teesside Ste&Dee, and this is Serious Subject Sunday. And I did say the other day, I announced the other day I was going to cover gaming demons or gaming anger, whatever you want to call it. It exists, and it actually exists. Now, gamers won't like what I'm going to say, but a lot of gamers will understand where I'm coming from, especially those ones who started young and are a little bit older now and understand. A lot of parents won't like what I'm going to say today, and it's going to be controversial, and I expect some people firing back at me, and I'll buy into that, and I'll comment back to you if you comment. But don't be rude. You know, this is an open conversation, and it's a conversation we need to have, because this generation that we've got now of children are a very angry bunch. I'm not saying all of them, but there's a lot of angry kids out there, and a lot of it is down to this one particular game. And I'm talking about Grand Theft Auto. Now, there's parents out there, and statistics show that 66% to 78% of boys under age are playing this game, and only 21 to 33% of girls are playing this game under age. Now, they can't go and buy this game, so it's the parents who've gone and bought this game for them. Now, where's the logic in that? Where's the sense in that? This game is a 17 years and older, and it's that for a reason. Because in this game, there's prostitution, there's strip clubs, there's drugs, there's violence, there's guns, there's knives, there's throwing people out of cars and killing them. There's kids as young as 6 playing this game, and it's readily available online. You can read stories of people who were online playing this game, and then kids are coming online as young as 6-year-old, because this person asked them, and he said he was sickened by the language that the 6-year-old was using and the sickening excitement he showed when he killed somebody. 6-year-old kid. So the parents of this 6-year-old kid want locking up for allowing a kid to play this game and screwing with his head. If a 6-year-old's showing an excitement of killing somebody in a game where he's totally engrossed in this game as if he's actually living this game in real life, then there's something sick and twisted about this, isn't there? 86% of parents have admitted buying this game for underage kids. 86% of parents. Take that in. 86% of parents have willingly gone out, unconsciously possibly, not knowing what they're buying for this, because the kids have said, oh, my mate plays this, my mate plays that, and the parents say, oh, well, it must be all right then. Well, it isn't, is it? You're potentially creating violent monsters. 42% of the kids have developed anger issues and violent traits. These are statistics, these are factual statistics that have been carried out in studies. I'm not plucking these figures out the air. This is readily available online. 45% of parents have admitted seeing a huge, and I mean huge, change in a kid's behaviour, where they're speaking to the mothers, swearing at the mothers, threatening violence to the mothers. How is this right? What generation are we creating here? And it's the parents who've created this generation by buying this game for these kids. Now, there's no stats at present, but I'm sure there's a study going on right now to say that any kids have actually committed violent crime as a result of playing this game. But mark my words, this will come out in the next 2 or 3 years. I guarantee it. You know, I've spoken to 2 neighbours recently, and I'm not going to name them, obviously, who bought this game for their kids at 11-year-old, and they've seen a massive change in their anger. These kids were sweet kids, they were canny kids, they didn't swear, they didn't backchat the parents. Now they're swearing at the parents, they're threatening the parents, they show signs of extreme anger when they're playing the game, they can hear them. You know, the parents will be sat downstairs and they hear the kids upstairs getting really irate and volatile and throwing things about. You know, people of my generation, I'm late 50s, and people older than me will understand where I'm coming from and how angry I am at parents, some of them willingly and some of them unconsciously, and probably most of them unconsciously, buying this game for kids when it strictly says 17-year-old and tight restrictions have to be put on this. This is probably the worst game any kid could play, because these kids are actually getting so engrossed into this game that it's frightening. Parents won't like to hear what I'm going to say, but you are creating potential monsters here. And whether you like it or not, it's you who bought them this game. It's you who has turned them into what they are now. Now, I'm not saying every kid turns violent as a result of playing this game, because they don't. But a lot of kids take this so seriously, this game, that they get so angry and aggressive. You know, the stories, like I said, stories readily available online of people who've listened to online when they're playing. And this is an adult talking here. This was an adult I was reading about, who's telling us about this 6-year-old child who I mentioned earlier. Now, whether we like it or not, these are facts. Those facts I've quoted you this morning are actual facts. And this is why I call this a serious subject Sunday, because it's massive. Gaming demons, gaming anger, call it what you like, is out there. And we are, and I can guarantee a lot of kids who are in gangs these days, especially down in London and Manchester, have played this game and are actually trying to relive this game in real life. Now, that's down to you, the parents. You've created these monsters. And it's probably too late to rein them in, because these kids are now probably controlling you. So I'm expecting a lot of feedback here. I'm expecting a lot of comments back at me, firing back at me, saying I don't know what I'm talking about, where I'm quoting facts. I'm quoting facts. I'm of a generation, I'm fortunate that my daughter, this game wasn't out when she was born or when she was a teenager. It came out when she was in her 20s. She wasn't interested. She's never really been interested in computer games or video games of any kind. But there's kids out there who take this seriously. They think they're actually living this game. And we have to get a grip of it. The government has to do something about this. For me, this game should be taken off the shelves, and it shouldn't be played by anybody under the age of 21 who've actually got some savvy up here who understand that this is actually a game and it's not the real world. Anyway, that is Serious Subject Sunday. Have a good day, everybody.